Hello everyone. Good evening and good morning somewhere else like in the US. My name is Dr. Alexander NGENZI. As usual, I'm back. I would like to resume my teachings on my YouTube channel. Uh, Last time we had a chance to discuss on digital signal processing, and it was over. I'm planning to start as subjects like digital communication or microprocessor. But at this moment, I'm going to tell you the tips how to start your research proposal. Research proposal. A research proposal or project proposal is made up of many components. By the way, I'm not going to discuss the definitions, and we might be knowing, or if need be, we can also have such kind of. It will depend to our viewers what they decide, but I wouldn't like to begin with a definition, but strictly go to the point. So research is made up of many components. Among those components, we have, for example, the summary, the project summary or research summary. We have the introduction. We have literature review. We have research methodology, and we'll have some components like implementation of the project or the research. We'll have also research discussions, and also we also have, for example, we have to uh, conclude and indicate the future directives. So those are the main components of the research. Um, so the tips here is, and the challenge here is, how do you choose a research topic? That is a question, because such topic is very very important part, and it's like a head of a human being. If you don't have a head, then the rest of your parts are useless. And also having cut your head, I think you are no longer a human being, right? So we have to understand this in this context, that if we don't have a research topic or research title, then it's like a human being which doesn't have a head. Also, another example is like the research topic or research title is equivalent to the solution that you want to give to a certain problem that is maybe existing problem that is um, where the society or the communities is suffering. It may be also the challenge to the community. For example, you go outside there, you find something has been broken, and you are trying to fix that component. Therefore, you are trying to provide the solution. But in nowadays era, we are using advanced technologies. You will hear some people talking about research on artificial intelligence or in the IoT, Internet of Things, or in cloud, or in the virtual reality, or machine learning, and so on and so forth. But at this moment, we are trying to bring into our attention that all these, the necessity of topic, I mean, of the research topic and research title is very important in that sense. That is number one. Number two, you cannot choose a research topic uh, from nowhere, from anyhow, or from, yes, you cannot just observe something and you say that I'm going to choose this one, other than having trusted sources. So you put your keyword, take an example of any word as a keyword, you, you put into your research engine, and in your search engine, it will bring you many components, many other authors that have written the same topics or equivalent to the same methodology. So from those trusted sources, then you can identify the gaps. Identifying the gaps, I'm trying to mean that, for example, if we want to see the challenges that were made during that existing system, it can give you a clear direction on how you are going to develop your own research. And at the same time, also you have uh, to draw lessons from what they have and what they. So those are the challenges that they made. So the challenge that they have made will also give you a overview of the complexity or the magnitude of the problem, and then you get out. Now you are there. You have realized that such and such problem exists. Then you try to fight and combat by just giving the solution. The solution that you are going to give is equivalent to the topic of your research. So, in other words, without all those gaps or without reading so many books and sources, then you cannot be able to know which problem you are fixing. I always fight with my students, and telling them that this the research is not just it's not imagination. And imagination may be a point that you want to put in your search engine. It is not. It needs some kind of. It is not all about the rumors. If you bring rumors, that is not research. It also um, involves some being honest. For example, you your findings are based on the facts, not in the rumors. So you have to be with trusted sources, and also to books, articles, um, field visit, or where, for example, you go to the field if it is agriculture, or you go to the hospital to just go, and so forth. So it is a fact-based research. So after After having identified the gaps, then you get the point where you are going to give a solution. But at the same time, you have identified the problem statement, and there you can easily get the topic, you can easily get the problem statement. That's all. And of course, identifying the gaps, you have to read the authors, their topic, and what were their achievements, and what methodology or methods did they use, for example. Yeah, so the methodology that they used, and also, yeah, and also the gaps, the challenges, what they cover, what they didn't cover, and so on and so forth. That's so common. So you get a point, you are there, you get a topic or a title, then you get a problem statement, and there you start your write up. You start with executive summary of your research or project as a research summary, or the abstract. In abstract, there are four main points, of which you cannot skip. For example, you cannot skip two lines, for example, describing what is the problem that you are going to deal with. That is number one. You can't also skip the proposed solution in two lines or more. You can't also escape the methodology that you are planning to use, and also you assure the reader that he or she is going to benefit by reading such kind of research. So this is very important as far as abstract is concerned. Chapter is neither subsections and so on, but it is a preface or the, the beginning of your write up. So in the write up, the second point is going to be introduction, which is going to be the first chapter. It's going to be the chapter that introduces the the research itself, what will be there in your research, and based on what facts or findings. If need be, also you can include diagram and sources, various sources, so that the explanation or description of research is okay. Everyone can understand. That's introduction. We have um, objectives of your research. You have the scope. You have the hypothesis, the motivation, this research significance. So the problem statement, as I said, it is a problem that you want to solve based on the findings and the gaps that you have identified. And when it comes to objectives are going to be numbered. First of all, I always struggle with my students and just putting some bullets and so on. It is a systematic approach whereby after having covered one objective, then the second objective, then third objective, and so on and so forth. So you cannot jump the first objective. And for example, you say that you are going to design without even having the data. How are you going to come up with your design when you don't have data in first place? What kind of data are you going to use? Also, yeah, as I said, it is a systematic approach first of all, you got objective, then objective number one goes to objective number two with a full meaning and a consensus that at the end of the last objective, you would have covered all the content that was planned. Those are the objective. What is your target? So in objectives, we used to have general objective, which is equivalent to your topic. Objective is to give the solution to the problem, the existing problem, and also uh, we are going to have the subsection of it, which are called specific objective, whereby they have to complement each other systematically. That's what I was talking about. Then from there, you give the importance of research, the scope. The scope is also very important, whereby the scope, you may be working on a very, very complex problem. At the end of the day, during the implementation, you are not able to cover everything. By the way, research is not, you are not going to do everything, but you narrow your work and you work on something which is doable, something that can be affordable, doable, and so on and so forth. So you are not going to complicate your head saying that you are going to cover everything. No way. But rather you are going to give a concrete solution, which is something practical and doable. So that's why the curiosity when you plan to do this. There you show the hypothesis, how do you to go about it, and the introduction. We go to the knowing identifying the gaps. You would have covered the literature review section because it is the one that deals with all those readings and the articles, the author, identifying all those things. You cannot identify without reading, and therefore you read the related work or the literatures. That part is almost covered, and the remaining is to pick up gaps. Then you say what will be uh, the way forward. Another thing which is very important is research methodology, and there it is chapter 3, which is very, very important. The techniques are going to use, including the interviews, questionnaires, documentation, field visits or site visit, and so on and so forth. And from there, after data collection, that is research methodology, you go to um, how your research is going to be designed. Are you going to use prototyping? Are you going to simulate your projects? Are you what is your structure, the research structure or research design? And then, for example, if it is prototyping, what are the tools you are going to use? For example, having an overview or system model or the system architecture of your work. For example, you have to have this kind of block diagram explain systematically how the layout of your project, how it is going to be, and also how it will look like to the reader. Is the reader going to get something when you're looking at your block diagram? Is the reader going to benefit? Yeah, I mean, in terms of structure, mind, and also having had that section, those three sections are very important as far as research proposal is concerned. And for example, uh, after having all those in place, after knowing what the methods you are going to use, you have identified the gap, you have shown the write-ups from abstract or such summary. then you attract the reader's attention by, for example, estimating what could be the output, what could the reader expect after looking at your proposal. But also, when it is a research proposal, for example, a PhD proposal, you have to show the timeline. How are you going to cover A, B, C, D at what time? The timeline is very, very important. But also the budget. If initially, what budget do you propose? Suppose if you are going to buy all those tools, for example, software or hardware tools, what are the budgets that you are going to use? That's very, very important. So after having covered all those points, then you put the reference, then you can submit your proposal to the authority or to be considered, for example, as a research project or academic, competing for academic admission, for example, and so on and so forth. So those are the main points of research when you are to begin preparing the research projects. So maybe you will have to drop your comments in the comment section. Don't forget, for example, to subscribe and like my live studio. Um, I would appreciate having some comments, and maybe uh, you your comments are very, very valuable, and they will make me uh, move forward. I mean, have some improved kind of work. So thank you. Bye bye.